What is going on, guys? I am the FD Guru, bringing to you guys a Tuesday NBA edition of my DFS podcast. I decided to do an NBA video today because I was looking through the slate and I like a lot of value plays here. We have a couple of injuries we got to wait on. Considering these are crucial games in the playoffs, as every playoff game is crucial, I expect these two guys to end up playing. Marcus Smart and Desmond Bane are both questionable tonight. I think they'll both be able to power through it, but as far as this video goes, I will leave them both out just because they're still questionable. If they do end up playing, they are both very good plays. I think Smart's 6,300 and Bane's only 6,600, 6,400. So those are both really great plays if they end up playing. Like this video, make sure you're subscribed. I'm going to get into things here as I usually do. 5 picks, 1 for each position, and hopefully we can cash in here. Both teams are going to try to pull out a Game 2 home win as both home teams are down 1-0. I think the Celtics tie the series up, and I think the Grizzlies also tie the series up here tonight. So for point guard, let's look at Jrue Holiday. Him and Giannis really carried the workload here for the Bucks as expected in Game 1 with no Chris Middleton. They're without Chris Middleton this entire series against Boston. So I expect Holiday to continue to produce. He got 50.3 fantasy points last game at 8,400. He needs 42 fantasy points. He makes for a pretty safe spend up here. Because, he's going to play 35 minutes and he's going to see all that usage behind Giannis. And the fact that he played so well against the tough Celtics defense in Game 1 shows that he's feeling himself pretty well right now. Shooting guards, go back to Klay Thompson here, 6,600. He got into foul trouble early in the first half last game. He still ended up basically hitting value, getting 30 fantasy points and playing 30 minutes. But he only played 30 minutes because of that foul trouble in the first half. I expect him to play closer to 40 than 30 here in this Game 2 on the road, seeing as he'll probably not get into foul trouble again. 6,600, he needs 33 fantasy points to hit value. We also saw Jordan Poole have a massive game off the bench for them. Poole has been having some crazy games since the All-Star break for the Warriors, but he still comes off the bench. They've been starting Gary Payton. I do think Klay Thompson is a great play here tonight at 6,600. Small forwards, look at Dylan Brooks. He's been kind of a roller coaster here in the playoffs, but on a 2-game slate with not a lot of cheap value. Dylan Brooks starting in only 5,000. He's just a great spend down. He saves you some salary. He's not the most consistent player as of late, but his minutes are there, which is good. He's going to play mid-30s in minutes. He has a couple of bad games here in the high teens. He only needs 25 fantasy points to hit value. He's averaging 28 on the year. He's just been going through some inconsistencies as of late. But it seems to be like every other game he plays well. 30, and then he only had 20, and then he had 32, and then he only had 17 last game. I expect a bounce-back game from him. And like I was just saying, there's not a lot of cheap value out there, and on a 2-game slate, you just got to bite the bullet in some spots. Brooks, not a terrible spot here to bite the bullet, in my opinion. Power forwards, just go to Giannis. On a 2-game slate, you need these raw points. He's going to get you over 50. He's averaging 57 on the year. I honestly think 11,200 is too cheap. He needs 56 to hit value. He has 70 to 80 point upside. And these raw points are just so crucial on a 2-game slate. The Celtics really struggled stopping him in Game 1, which, as a Celtics fan, really worries me because we're supposed to have the best defense in the league, really. Stopped KD pretty easily. Giannis, drops an absolute nuke of a triple-double on us in Game 1, going 24, 13, and 12. Do I think he's going to fill it up like that again? I don't know. I'd be impressed. But either way, he's going to get you those raw points tonight. Even if he doesn't play really, really well, he's going to get you over 50 fantasy points, especially with no Chris Middleton on the court. And then for center, Al Horford, he's been an absolute stud for the Celtics really all year long, averaging 29.5 fantasy points on the year. At 5,600, he only needs 27 fantasy points. He got 35 in Game 1. He was really the best player on the Celtics in Game 1 here. We have Robert Williams back, but he's still playing weird minutes. He hurt his groin, came back in the game, only played 22 minutes. Horford's the same price, or he's $100 more than Robert Williams. You could honestly pick both because they're both good values. I think Horford is a little safer. I think Robert Williams has a higher ceiling. I just haven't seen the consistencies since his last injury. In that game on April 25th against the Nets, the Celtics had said that he had a 20. He only played 14 minutes, and then last game when he started, they said he was going to have no minutes restriction, and he only played 22 minutes. So I don't really know what to believe right now. 5,500 though is still a good price if he's starting and presumably on no minutes restriction. That was some of today's video, guys. Let's get after it here tonight. Let's cash in, bounce back after last night, and let's have a great MLB night as well. We got a big main slate on our hands. That'll sum it up for today's video. Until next time, I am the FD Guru, and I am signing off. See ya.